Well, welcome everybody. So great to have you, new and old faces. It's so nice to see. I like scrolling through, seeing familiar and new names. Quick reminder, I may have forgotten to remind you last time, so maybe this is the first time you're hearing this. I am out of town next week, so there is no class next week. No class next week, but you can go to the YouTube, find our recordings, watch classes there. I will be back the week after. So no class next week. I'll try and say that again at the end of class in case people trickle in late, but no class next week. It will resume the week after. There will be YouTube of this class probably popping up. So if you want to redo this class. All right, so today is chair yoga. Chair yogas are mostly seated class. If you want something more standing, a little bit more active, come the following sessions we do every other week. Every other Wednesday, we do chair yoga. The other Wednesday, we do functional fitness. So if you want something more active, join for our functional fitness class. Quick reminder of what else GoGo can do for you. In addition to these free classes, we have rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services. And you can access all of this by calling one number, and that number is 855-464-6872. Also a reminder that you have a referral code at the bottom of your GoGo receipt. So if you look at the bottom of your receipt, you'll have a code. If you give your friend that code and they take a service with GoGo, they will then receive $10 in credit, and so will you. So a nice win-win. We also have a Facebook group. So if you're interested in continuing on any of these conversations online, you can join us on Facebook, and we'll have a link in the chat there. If we have not met, I am Adra. I teach the Grow with GoGo classes here at GoGo. I'm a yoga teacher, meditation teacher, occupational therapist. All you need today is a chair. I prefer a chair with no armrest, just because it makes it a little bit easier to move around. If all you have is a chair with armrests, that's fine. Use what you have. I also prefer chairs that don't roll around, just for safety reasons. If all you have is a rolly chair, that's fine. You're always going to make it work with what you have. It's just a preference. If anything doesn't feel good in class, skip it, make it work for you. There's no need to do something that feels bad on the body. So just know that this is your time and your practice. And now before we get moving, does anybody remember the move of the week? And if you're new, what we do is every week I give you a move to try and remember to do. And I have to look at my cheat sheet, okay. And if you're waving at me, I can't necessarily see everybody's video at once, so just unmute yourself or throw it in the chat. Let me know. Does anyone remember the move of the week?
Getting out of the chair.
Very close. Getting out of the chair was for functional fitness.
Oh, okay.
But that's great. That means you do remember. So that's next time you'll remember that.
Okay.
Really good, Madonna. Anyone else remember the one for yoga? I know it sort of all blends together. It has a number in it, if that's a good clue. I don't know. And it sort of stretches the hips and the glutes.
Was it the figure 4?
Wonderful. I know that voice. I can't see your, that's Carol, right?
I know. I still can't get my video up. I wasn't even here 2 weeks ago, but when you said number, that's the first thing I thought of.
Excellent. Yes, you are right, Carol. Our move of the week was figure 4. It's just a fun thing for us to try and remember and do. Well, I'll give you a new move today. You should be able to see me nice and big. If you don't, you can go to the top right-hand corner of your computer and pick speaker mode instead of gallery. If you want to see everybody all at once, you can pick gallery, and then you can see everyone's videos, which is also fun. Okie dokie. Let's find our comfortable seat. Let's take a few circles with the torso. So after a minute or two of movement, we'll do a brief meditation before continuing on into class, so you know what to expect. Let's circle the torso the other way. There's really no right or wrong here. Just get comfortable. Feeling any tight spots? And coming back to center, sitting nice and tall. Let's do a few shoulder rolls forward. So just rolling those shoulders up towards the ears, forward, down, and back. And take your shoulder rolls the other direction. And then allow your shoulders to relax. And let's rotate the head, looking right and left. Amazingly enough, I can actually see there's a question in the chat, and usually I can't see it from here, but for some reason I was able to read it. Let's nod the head yes. It says, why does my shoulders crack? So cracking can happen for lots of different reasons. It can be because there's a little bit of ligament movement. Sometimes there's some bone on bone rubbing. Sometimes it's air bubbles. There are lots of different reasons why we crack. Let's come back to center. Bring the right ear towards the right shoulder and pause. Cracking is not necessarily a problem unless there's pain associated with it. And then bring the other ear to the shoulder. Feeling that stretch along the side of the neck. One more time, right ear towards the right shoulder, just moving in a range that works for you. No need to overdo it. And then other ear to shoulder. And then back to center. And let's close the eyes or soften your gaze to the ground. Let's take a few deeper than normal breaths to settle in. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Couple more times, in and out. And then if it's comfortable, allow the breath to move just in and out of the nose. Unclench the jaw. And feel a nice, smooth, steady rhythm of the breath. As you inhale, sensing an expansion in the body, feeling like you're taking up some space. And as you exhale, feeling a softening. From this space of quiet, take a moment to just notice how you're feeling. Take note of where you're starting from. What's going on mentally? What's going on emotionally? Is there anything happening physically? So taking note of where you're starting from. And let's take one hand on top of the other against your chest, against your heart. See if you can feel movement of the breath here. See if maybe you can even feel your heart beating. From this space, if you'd like, you can set an intention for your practice. Maybe noting what's brought you to yoga today, or maybe there's something you'd like to cultivate or honor. Set that for yourself now. And take a deep inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale out the mouth. One more time, deep inhale. And let it go. Release the hands and open up the eyes. Let's inhale, bring the chest forward and open up the arms. Stretch the front of the body. Exhale, round your back and give yourself a hug. Wrap your arms around your body, tuck your chin. Inhale, open up the arms, chest opens. Exhale, round, tuck your tail, give yourself a hug. Keep going, follow your own pace, your own breath. So don't worry about my speed, move at your own pace. Finding that motion in the spine and in the arms. And then coming back to center, releasing the arms, and you'll begin to bend side to side. So one arm reaches down towards the earth, getting a side stretch. So you'll stretch one side of the body, come back to center, and then other side. Keep going. If you want to add your breath, you inhale as you side stretch, reaching your fingertips down. Exhale as you lift, using those core muscles to help you come up. And then make your way back to center. Let's bring our palms to touch in front of us, about chest height. So palms touch in front of us, chest height, arms are straight. We're just gonna twist in no specific way and rotate one way and just pause and see how far you go. So notice maybe you create a physical marker of how far you go when you twist. And then center, and then twist the other way and just notice how far do you twist this way. Maybe you're finding some sort of physical marker to notice how far you twist. And back to center. We're going to do an eye exercise and then see if that helps change our ability to twist. It seems a little crazy, but we're gonna bring our thumb in front of us like you're doing a thumbs up. Bring it directly in front of the bridge of the nose. So pretty high up, so it's sort of between the eyebrows. Look at your thumb. So get both eyes on the thumb, and you'll slowly start to move the thumb. You're looking at your thumbnail, thumb towards your nose, keep it at the same height, and keep those eyes gazing at the thumb. The moment the thumb turns into 2, you shouldn't keep going. And so maybe you stop about 4 to 6 inches from your nose, just depending on your eye strength or the ability for your eyes to converge or move towards each other. And then move that thumb away, allow your eyes to adjust. So you're gonna go forward and back nice and slowly. We'll do that about 5 to 10 times. Again, you're not allowing the thumb to turn into 2. So if it turns into 2, you've gone too far, you brought it too close to your face. Keep it about that height of the bridge of the nose or sort of between the eyes. Jaw is relaxed, breath is smooth. And then go ahead and bring that thumb out, release the arm, shake it off. Now we're gonna see if our twist changed. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. So palms touch again in front of us, straight arms. Rotate your spine, twist. So for me today, it didn't change. Sometimes for some people it changes. Let's see, okay, how far do I go? Come back to center. And then twist the other way. But for this side, it changed for me. I got a little further. So just something interesting, noting, okay, if I move my eyes, does that somehow change my twist? Back to center, go to your first side, and this time you're gonna let your eyes move with you. Turn your head over your right shoulder and move your eyes that direction. Or not right shoulder necessarily, whichever direction you're going. And see how if you turn your head and move your eyes, you suddenly can twist a lot further with your upper body. And then back to center. Twist the other way, so to our second side. Just go to where you can, and then turn your head and let your eyes follow and see, oh, suddenly when I move my head and my eyes, I can go even further. Just interesting. And back to center, release those arms, shake it out. Just cool how our eyes and head really affect how our torso can move. Let's give our torso a little break though and move to our legs. Let's move to those ankles. Let's do some heel raises. So balls of the feet down, we lift one heel and then the other. Noticing how your heels lift. Do they lift to one side or the other? Where is the weight on the ball of the foot? Is it towards the pinky toe edge side of the foot or the big toe? Notice, how does my body move? How does your body move? You can continue just like this, or if you'd like, you're gonna add some marching. So you're gonna lift one foot and then the other completely off the ground. So you can either continue those heel raises or you're gonna add a knee lift. All right, let's lift one knee, pause, grab a hold of that knee or shin. So you're holding the leg up. Now you can counterbalance by leaning back so that you're lifting the leg by leaning back, and then circle your ankle. So rotating that foot, rotating the ankle, and go the other way. And then release, switch sides. So other leg comes up, grab a hold of the knee, the shin. You can lean back to counterbalance that grab and circle the ankle. Circle the other direction. And then back to center, releasing. I'm gonna take my socks off just so you can see. You can keep your socks on if you have socks on. I'm gonna just allow you to see a little bit better what we're gonna do next. So we're gonna stretch. You don't need to turn either. I'm just turning for a different view. We're gonna stretch the top of the foot or the top of the ankle. So there are a couple different ways you can do this. We're going to bring, let's do the left foot back first. So we're gonna bring that left foot back. So we're bending that left knee a little bit more. If you're really far back in your chair, this might be a little hard to do, so just scoot yourself forward. We're gonna bring our left leg back a little by bending the left knee and then pointing the foot. So I have a lot of ankle flexibility, so you might not go this far. And I can probably scooch a little closer so you can see. So I'm bringing the top of the foot towards the ground. And so for some people you might go, oh, that's not possible. So you just do the best you can. You do what you can. You don't need to go all the way. So top of the foot goes towards the ground, the knee is bent. We're stretching the top of the ankle and the foot. Just noticing what degree of motion do you have here. And then bring that leg back and we switch. So right knee is going to bend a little more. That right foot's going to go behind you or underneath you. The tops of the toes, the top of the foot are reaching towards the earth. So you're really trying to get into that ankle and into the top of the foot to stretch. For some of us, this is very intense. For some people, it's very mild. Just notice what it feels like for you. We're only doing this once today, so no worries if it's not for you. Sometimes our foot cramps or our calf cramps when we do this. So noticing if that happens. And then go ahead and release, bring that foot back out. Let's now stretch that left leg forward in front of us, straight left leg. So right knee stays bent, left leg straightens. We're going to point and flex the foot. So we're moving through our range of motion here in the ankles. Ankles very common to pop and crack here. We have so many bones in our ankles and in our feet. Same with our hands. There's so many moving parts. And then we'll flex the foot so the toes are up towards the ceiling. And go into some hamstring stretching. So we'll inhale, lean forward just a little bit. Feel a little stretch along the back of the leg. And then exhale, sit tall, back away from the stretch. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, back up. Keep going, follow your breath. Next time you're sitting tall, pause and decide where you want to hold the stretch. So you could stay upright to hold the stretch. You can lean forward to hold the stretch. You could bring your forearm to your thigh or even reach your hand to your shin or your ankle. So wherever you want to go to hold the stretch for several breaths. So also a nice time to rub the back of the leg if that helps you. Sort of soothes the stretch and makes it possible to potentially go a little deeper. So if that's helpful for you, you're welcome to do that as well. And then go ahead and come on up, rebend that left knee, windshield wiper those knees side to side, shake it off. And let's go to the other side. So right leg's gonna stretch forward. So now we have a straight right leg, a bent left knee, or whichever side you didn't do. And we'll point and flex the foot, so finding that motion in the ankle. The next time the foot is flexed with the toes up to the ceiling, we'll pause, hold there. Inhale, lean forward, feel the stretch along the back of the leg, and then exhale, sit tall. Inhale, lean into the stretch. Exhale, back away from the stretch. Keep going at your own pace. Next time you're sitting tall, we'll pause for a moment and then you decide where you want to hold the stretch. You can stay upright, you can lean forward, you can bring your forearm to your leg, you can bring your hand to your shin or ankle. You can even bring that free hand to rub the back of the stretching leg to help the leg relax, maybe stretch a little deeper. And then go ahead and lift yourself up, re-bend that right knee. Torso comes up, windshield wiper those knees side to side. We'll give our legs a little break and move back to our upper body. So we're going to try and keep our torso pretty still and move our arms separate from the torso. So we're going to start with bending those elbows about 90 degrees, palms face up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring those arms out to the side, like you're moving the platters out to the side. You're going to keep that 90-degree bend here. So watch that you're not bending those elbows more. Torso stays still, and then pinkies come together to touch. So we open the arms. We're doing an external rotation here. So it's the arm bones moving in the shoulder sockets. Those shoulders or shoulder blades might move as well. And then pinkies come together. So we inhale, open up the arms, rotate, reach as far as you can, find that motion in those arms, and then pinkies come together. So keep going here at your own pace. You might find that that reaching of those thumbs back is pretty challenging. We're not often in this sort of open position. We spend a lot of time in front of us and not a lot of time with our arms behind us or trying to reach back and rotate out. A few more. Next time your arms are out to the side, go ahead and pause. Let's turn those palms to face forward and bring those thumbs close to the shoulders. So you're creating kind of a W-like shape. We'll inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling, reaching tall. And then exhale, bend the elbows, slide those shoulder blades down the back. I like to use my hands as well here. So inhale, reach the arms up, spread those fingers if you'd like. Take up lots of space, and then exhale, create fists as you bend your elbows and slide the shoulder blades down the back. Keep going at your own pace. No rush, but next time your elbows are bent, we'll pause. You're gonna create fists with your hands, but we're going to put the thumb inside the fist. So thumb goes inside the fist and wrap the fingers around. You can bring those arms in front of you or wherever is comfortable, and then do some wrist circles. So you get a little more stretch, I find, with the thumb inside of the fist. So that's why we're doing it that way. A little circles here. Circle the other direction if you haven't switched. Great, and then release those arms, shake it off. We're gonna keep working on these arms for a couple more minutes. I'm going sideways just so you can see. We're gonna work on bringing our arms behind us without moving the torso. So torso stays still, so find that you can keep your torso still. Reach both arms in front of you. And then arms go out to the side. So first, just bring your arms in that same line as your body, or the same plane as your body. My palms are facing forward for the moment. And then see if you can keep your torso still, but start to reach those arms back behind you. What does your body do to try and make this happen? So oftentimes what I see, instead of the arms going back like I'm doing right now, arms are moving back. I see chest moves forward. So that's not moving the arms back, that's moving the spine forward. So there's a difference between arms moving back versus chest moving forward. So just noticing that, feeling, is it possible to move the arms back without moving the chest? And then let's try that at a different angle. So we've been doing it out as a T. Let's bring it down low, kind of like an A, a wide A position. Same thing, can you reach those arms back? This tends to be a little bit easier without moving the spine, without moving the head. Do you have that range? And then let's bring those arms forward in front of us. And then start to reach the arms up to the ceiling. Here, watch, your arms might not go all the way up to the ceiling. Watch that your spine doesn't move. How far do my arms go before my spine wants to move? So just see, am I bringing my arms up with my shoulders, like I'm doing right now? So I'm bringing my arms up with my arms, with my shoulders, versus am I bringing my arms up with my spine, right? There's a difference between back bending your spine to move your arms versus actually moving those arms. So we're just trying to stretch some of those sticky spots, reaching those arms to whatever degree you can without moving the spine. That way we can actually stretch the arms. And then lower, woo. Let's bring those arms forward. We're gonna go out to the side one more time, but this time let's flip those palms to face up. So palms face up towards the ceiling, thumbs are back, pinkies are forward, spine stays still as you reach those arms back behind you. And again, they might not actually go behind you. You're just thinking about moving in that direction, trying not to move your spine. Great, and release, shake it off. We're gonna stay with the arms for just one more minute. We'll now inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling, feeling that range, feeling that it's your arms doing the circling, not your torso. Exhale, palms flip to face down, push the air down. Inhale, palms face up, circle those arms to the side and up to the ceiling. Exhale, flip the palms, push the air. One more time, circle them out and up, inhale. Exhale. Great, we're gonna move into our standing part of class. We're only standing for 3 to 5 minutes. If you don't wanna stand, you can stay seated. So the standing part is optional. Place yourself somewhere where you can hold on to something. So I'm just sideways so you can see, you do not need to be sideways. Maybe you come behind your chair, maybe you find a wall or a table, something you can hold on to for your balance. So first, we're going to find our feet. See if you can look down at your feet for a moment, let your feet be parallel, so toes are facing straight forward. Try and let your knees track with those feet, so knees are facing forward as well. Feet are anywhere from 4 to maybe 8 inches apart. Don't go too wide. We want them pretty narrow. Hands can stay on your support or by your side. And let yourself rock a little forward and back. So keep this small. And we're just feeling the weight on your feet. So you're feeling weight shifting forward and shifting back, and how you can move your weight on your body. You can hold your weight in lots of different positions. And then go ahead and go side to side, so right and left. Maybe noticing, is one side more comfortable? Do you like to stand one direction compared to the other? Maybe notice the creakings in your floor. All right, back to center. See if you can find even weight front to back, right to left. Let's keep that even weight and close the eyes. Are you able to maintain your balance here? Open the eyes. We're going to stand on a tightrope. Right foot steps in front of the left. You can hold on to your chair here. So challenge number 1, you step that right foot in front of the left. You're holding on to the chair. Challenge 2, you hover your hands above the chair. Or maybe you're just holding on with one finger. Your final challenge, only if both of these are very easy, you close the eyes. Only if it is easy. If this is hard, then please keep your eyes open. Once you eliminate the eyes, it's much, much harder. All right, hands back to your support. We'll switch which foot is in front. So stepping the right foot back, left foot steps forward, or just switch whichever foot you haven't done. Stand on that tightrope. So you're on a balance beam. We're on that same line. All 10 toes are facing forward if possible. You're holding on to your support, or maybe you're holding on with one finger, or maybe you're hovering the hands. If the hand hovering is easy, that's when you can decide to maybe close the eyes. If that's not easy, please don't close your eyes. And then open up the eyes. Step those feet next to each other. We're going into a chair dog or a wall dog if you're at the wall, or a table dog if you're at a table. And we're going to find that same relationship we just did earlier of our arm to our torso. And so sensing how we can move our arm and stretch our arm without necessarily moving the spine. So hands come to your chair. You're going to start to walk yourself back, keeping your spine nice and long. So you're just not creating a back bend. Make sure you're not creating a back bend as you stretch your arms nice and long in front of you. So your torso maybe comes parallel to the earth, and so do your arms. So we're creating this stretch that maybe this range of motion wasn't possible when you were seated and we were moving the arms, because that was active. So now it's passive. We don't have to hold our arms in this position. The chair or the table or the wall are holding our arms. So we're trying to get those arms in that same line as the torso, but watching that the torso isn't necessarily back bending, the spine stays the same. If your hamstrings are too tight here, they're feeling really tight, bend those knees, totally fine to do that. If you want more stretch in those hamstrings, you can think about reaching your tail towards the ceiling. Just watch that that doesn't affect your upper back. Couple of deep breaths. And go ahead and bring yourself back up. And let's come back to our seats. Take your time. All right, we're going into last session's last yoga session's move of the week. Let's do our figure 4. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. If that is not possible, you can cross your legs instead, or you can cross that right ankle over the left ankle and allow those knees to open. From whichever leg position you have, maybe allow yourself to lean a little forward. Not a lot, but a little forward, feeling that the stretch intensifies if you lean forward. Go ahead and come on up. Undo your legs. And we'll switch. So other leg crosses. Ankle over thigh. Thighs cross or ankles cross. So your variation, whatever works for you. You can stay sitting tall, or if you want a little more stretch, gently allow yourself to lean forward. And go ahead and come on up, undo those legs. And then get nice and comfortable. So you can sit back in your chair or stay forward. Just make sure you're in a comfortable position. Hands can rest however you'd like. Let's close the eyes or let the gaze soften towards the ground. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose, fill those lungs. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Again, deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more time, deep inhale. Let it go. Just a few normal breaths in and out of the nose. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling physically. How you're feeling emotionally. How you're feeling mentally. Bring your palms to touch in front of the heart. Take a moment to thank yourself for taking time to take care of your mind and your body. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, so much. Before I open it up for a couple of minutes of questions, just a reminder that I am gone next week. So there is no live class next week, but there are videos on YouTube. So you can always go to our YouTube and find some recordings there. So no live class next week.
So we just go to GoGo YouTube?
Yeah, let's see. We'll put it in the chat. We'll put a link. So View will put a link in the chat and you can access our YouTube that way.
Oh, that was great.
And
I needed this.
great. And I didn't see actually who said that.
Susan in Seattle.
Susan in Seattle. Awesome. Great to have you.
Yeah,
Um,
there was something I had to do and she canceled and I was so happy. So I quickly registered for the class.
Awesome. And if you're not able to register, you can always still show up. It's very helpful for us when you register. That way we know who's coming, but you can always just come.
Ah. Okay.
And then the other point of, what is the word? The other thing to remember is our move of the week. I didn't give it to you. So I want you to just pay attention to how your arms move throughout the day and notice how often we tend to spend our days forward with our arms forward in front of us, and see if every once in a while you can sneak reaching your arm back behind you, or notice when you do that. The times I see people usually reach the arm back behind is like a shutting of the door, car door sometimes. So notice, when does your arm go behind you? How often are you forward in front of you? Can you sneak in some arms back? Oh, okay, and then Susan, it's in the chat now. You
I
can
see
see the
that.
YouTube.
Great.
Yeah. Pamela says, wonderful class. Thank you for your time. Pamela, thank you for being here. These classes are not possible if you guys aren't here. So you showing up makes it possible for these classes to continue. So thanks for being here.
Adra, it's Carol. So if you're not going to be here next week, what do we have the week after? Will that be functional fitness or chair yoga?
That's a great question. V and I have not discussed that. So I don't know.
It'll be one of them.
It'll be one of them.
Okay.
I don't know what makes the most sense. Okay, functional fitness. V is saying functional fitness. So that's what we'll do, which sort of makes sense because otherwise you won't get any functional fitness. So functional fitness next time. So everything sort of shifts over. Sorry, I'm over here writing down our move of the week. Otherwise I'm going to forget. So arms reach back. Or just notice, how do your arms move? And you can always pop off. So if you're done and ready to go, you can always pop off, but I'm here for a couple more minutes if you have any questions.
Thank you, Adra, very much.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. See you in a couple weeks. Great.
Awesome.
See you next time. Bye-bye, Adra.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Yes. And remember, no classes. We return July 3rd. Ooh, wow. Already July. Awesome. I will let you all go. Wonderful to have you. I will see you hopefully July 3rd.